A document is a piece of text and associated metadata. For example, a text file, CSV, YouTube video, web page, file directory, or even a PDF. And see, we can use something called a document loader to help load these documents to utilize them within our large language models. And why I gave all those examples, I'm going to be showing you guys how to load each of these specific types of documents in this video with the help of some basic Python code. If you're brand new here to this YouTube channel, I am building out a series this year based around Langchain, large language models, and OpenAI's API. Now, you don't need a ton of background information to understand all of the code that is going on in this video, but if you want to go over some of the basics, I have the playlist linked on my channel. With that being said, I'm going to be coding all this in Google Colab. Feel free to use whatever code editor that you would like, and let's start coding. All right, so I have my Google Colab notebook. Let's get going. What we're going to have to do is actually pip install quite a lot of things. So pip install, we're going to put our YouTube transcript API in here. And that's going to be a fun video in the future, but I'll show you guys how we can load in our YouTube videos. Then pip install unstructured. Okay. Then up next, pip install PyPDF, and then pip install Langchain. I think that's the last one. I'll just look at my source code. Yeah, so I'm gonna run these few lines real quick. It'll probably take a minute or two, and then we'll flash forward once that's done. All right, so let's start off with doing a normal text document. So what we're gonna do is from Langchain _ community, then we're gonna say document loaders, which you can find most of this information from. So I'm pretty much following the tutorials that are posted on there, but tweaking it up a little bit for these videos. So here we go. From Langchain community document loaders, import in text loader. We'll run that over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab in some music lyrics. So one of my favorite metal bands is a band called Opeth. I just randomly searched Opeth lyrics. They had this website, Dark Lyrics. Sounds kind of spooky. Some of the Opeth songs are. But I just went over here and essentially grabbed lyrics to a song, threw it into a text file. So, and I grabbed, I believe I grabbed Blackwater Park, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. Regardless, so let me load that up over here. So in Google Colab, you can just click this folder over here, and then you can drag in what you want. So let me just drag this in really quick. And then it gives you this warning, runtime files will be deleted when this runtime is terminated. So anytime you rerun this, you'll have to re-upload your files over here. It's not a big deal, but it can be a little bit annoying sometimes. A video like this, where we have a lot of different file formats, it's a little annoying, but not a big deal again. All right, so that's in there. So all we have to do now is say loader equals text loader like this, and then put the file that you want in here. Now, I'm going to bring in opeth.text like that. So run that. And we have our Opeth file in here. Now, the other lines of code. Again, this is a pretty basic tutorial, but we can just do doc equals our loader dot load like this. Okay. Now we have our doc in here. And just to show you what this looks like, you can just put doc over here. And here we go. We have the lyrics for Opeth song, and it's broken down by each line too. So just a few lines, and we loaded in our text document. And if you print this out, at least in Google Colab, it all prints out essentially in one line. So that's why I kind of just showed doc like that. So that way you can see it all. And at the very end, metadata, source, and then it just says opeth.text. Great. Now let's take a look at how we can bring in a CSV document. So I already prepped the CSV document. It's not perfect by any means, but it's for this tutorial. So I'm grabbing some past ultra marathon results. So Vero Beach Ultra, my last 50 miler that I ran, which one of the toughest races yet, but they have results on here. So I just grabbed those specific results. 2023, right? We go over here to the 50 miler, and I feel pretty badly at this race, but it was getting back into ultras again, and here we go. So let's bring in that CSV. So what I can do is say from Langchain underscore community dot documents underscore loaders dot CSV loader import CSV loader. And like, you don't need to put the results in. You could literally just grab whatever CSV you want, or even now already have on your computer, and just throw that in. So again, we'll just grab this CSV really quick and throw that over here. And let's grab that. So now what we're going to do is loader equals CSV loader, then put our file path in here, equals, and then what I like to do is kind of shortcut sometimes is just go over here and just say copy path. And then you don't need this / content in here for Google Colab to understand what's going on. We have our loader in here. And then again, let's set up our data. So data equals loader dot load, like this and that. And then if we wanted to print data again, I'm just going to print it out, data like that. And we have our data that's been printed out over here, right? So ranking, names, different things like that all across the way. But there's a few parameters that you could actually just throw in with the CSV document loader. So I just want to show you a few of those really quick. If it does interest you, if not, feel free to skip ahead. But we'll just copy the same thing over here again. So loader equals CSV loader. File path, again, perfectly fine as it is right now. You could also set up a source column. So a source column argument, this is what it says in the Langchain docs. It says use the source column argument to specify a source for the document created from each row. Otherwise, the file path will be used as the source for all documents created from the CSV file. So you can do that. You could also put in some arguments. So just to show you how this kind of works, we can say source column equals, and let's just say you put your place, like the ranking, in a specific race, right? And then we can set up our CSV args. So CSV args like this, open that up in here. First thing you can do is you can set your specific delimiter. So delimiter, now this CSV that I use is just a comma that splits it. So that's pretty basic over there. Another thing that you can do is set up your field names. So field names, and then I'm not gonna type all these out, but I'm just gonna copy and paste this, what I already had, and essentially just put all those different fields in there, and you should be good to go. I'm trying to see really quick why I have an error over here. Was not closed. I close it. Let's see. I forget a comma. Loader equals CSV loader, file path, 0, source column, place, CSV args. Where is my error? Weird. Either I'm blind or I don't see it. I'm just going to copy over my code. Oh, I didn't put the equals sign. That makes a lot of sense. Make sure you put equals sign there. And boom, there we go. Same thing, data equals loader.load. Right. And then if we want to print our data out, here we go. So page content, you'll see first name, last name, everything like that. We'll keep going through. State, metadata, and then we have our source over here. And this time for the source, it changed into place. And that says row 0. Whereas above, if we go over here to our source, you can see source 2023 0 50 CSV row 0, right? So feel free to change this as you want, add in parameters. But all right, so now what we're going to do is take a look specifically at a directory loader. So what we can do is from Langchain community like this, once again, document loaders, we're going to import in our directory loader. And what's cool, directory loader, is you can import in multiple files at a time. So directory loader like that. And you will have to specify what type of format that is, but let's go through this. So let's start off with our text document. So we'll do loader equals directory loader like that. First parameter over here, you have to see where your directory is. In Google Colab, it's just going to be pretty much this, right? Blank with no space on here, single quotes. And then we're going to put globe like this. We're going to say equals, and we're going to put on this side of things star, and then put your file format. So I'm going to put txt because we're going to load our text document first. And then you have an option also to put if you want to use multi-threading. So use multi-threading. I'm just going to put it equal to true because technically it's not using my computer. It's using what Google Colab uses in the back. So we'll run that over here. Awesome. And then what we can do is set docs equal to loader.load like this. And run that super fast. And you can just put over here length of the docs. And we should get one back. And we get one. Awesome. Now, let's take a look at a CSV file. So our CSV file is going to be this Vero. But what I will say with Google Colab, we have sample data. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So some of these might get picked up. So it'll either be one of those. So let's change this up to CSV over here. And we'll rerun this. We'll rerun that. Looks like we are getting 2 errors. Loading file, the MNIST test and train. Wonder if it's going to populate these other 2. We'll see. And then if we go to length docs, we should get 3 this time if it worked properly. And we did. So if you want to see also what this looks like, we can just go over here, docs. And yeah, it's going to take up a lot of the screen. So I am just going to pretend I didn't type that out, and we're just going to delete that and keep moving forward. So, all right, so we're going to look at YouTube now. Just real quick though, I did have to install PyTube. So make sure you pip install that before you start coding. Otherwise you are going to get an error. So I do apologize for not putting that in the beginning. YouTube's honestly pretty easy to do. So what we're going to start off with is from Langchain community, once again, document loaders. You're going to get tired of this by the end of the video, but import in our YouTube loader and then just run that. And why am I getting an error? Probably because I had a typo. Capital T, no capital T. I'm so used to putting a capital T. That should be fixed because I'm pretty sure YouTube has a capital T. All right, not to go on a tangent or anything like that. How we're going to set this up is loader equals YouTube, no capital T, YouTube loader from YouTube URL. Then you want to grab in the link to your video. I'm just going to grab in this one right over here. So if you're a 9 Inch Nails fan, awesome. If not, whatever, you're missing out on some good music. But we'll throw that in over here for our YouTube URL. Then what I'm going to do next is we're going to add in video info. So add video info. We can set that equal to true. And what's pretty cool, and I'll cover this in another video. Got to make a capital there. We'll cover this in another video, but essentially we can do is set up transcripts. So you can also convert your videos to another language. So you can just say like language equals, and first put the language that the video's in, right? And then if you want to translate it, you can do that also. I don't need to put the language in translation here because I believe it's English by default, but you can put that in here if you want to, but just to show you guys some other parameters. And you just want to set up your loader like that. I'm not going to load in the YouTube video, but essentially that's what you would have to do. We'll cover this in another video, I promise you, and it'll be a pretty fun project. Let's go into our HTML loader now, and there's actually two different HTML loaders out there. So use which one you want. I'm just going to go over those really quick. So you can see HTML. We have an unstructured, and then we have one that also uses Beautiful Soup. I'm just going to use the one that uses Beautiful Soup for this video. These are both kind of similar. They have their differences, right? So it says Beautiful Soup. We can use load over here. This will extract the text from the HTML into a page content, the page title, into the metadata. This covers how to load HTML documents into a document format that we can use downstream. So I'll just use Beautiful Soup because I've used it for scraping before, which will be kind of fun. I could make some scraping videos in the future, but not to go on a tangent or anything like that. From Langchain community document loaders like that, import BS HTML loader like that. Run that over here, and then we're gonna have to put loader equals, we'll put this BS HTML loader, and then you're gonna have to put an HTML file in here. I'm just gonna grab the HTML file from my own website, so not my coding website, which I still need to do that, but my sports card website. So breakoutcards.html, and just to show you guys, like, I haven't worked on this a lot recently, but I definitely need to in the future. But this is my website for sports cards. So upcoming card shows. I stopped that a long time ago. That you can tell, like, the last time I've updated this website, it's been quite a while. But regardless, that's my website on here. Been focusing a lot more on the coding side. But I have my breakout cards HTML, so we can just rename this file if we wanted to, or just copy it, right? So copy that, throw it in here. Oh, and I forgot to show you, how you want to save website HTML, you just right click over here. You can click Save As, and you can just do webpage.html. Obviously, don't have this name over here, but like langchain.html if you really wanted to. I'm not going to save it, but that's what you could specifically do. All right, back over here. So just showed you how you could download the HTML. We have our loader. Just run the loader, and then, like the rest of this video, data equals loader.load, and it's gonna be a lot of data. So I'll just show you data again. All populates over here. Don't really need it, so delete, because I'd rather have this a little bit cleaner, but that's how you would do that. And lastly, let's take a look at a PDF. So we're going to go from Langchain community document loaders. We'll just copy this one. And this time, what we're going to do is put over here PDF loader like that. Run that over here. Loader equals PDF loader. We'll grab that, throw it over here. Now you need your PDF file. We'll just throw this in over here. So I collect a lot of foreign issues. This is kind of like a magazine from overseas, Card World. So just show you guys what this looks like really quick. You can just tell how much I'm a nerd in this video, but like we're talking about foreign non-sports cards. So, and some prices and stuff like that. Regardless, right? Just my first PDF I found. I'm using it for this video. Okay, so throw that in over here. We'll just copy that path, paste that over here, delete that. So now we have our loader like that. Then we can just say like pages this time, or data. Use whatever you want, right? But I'm just gonna say loader dot load and split like that. And what's cool is we can actually grab specific pages now from the PDF. And now if you want to see a specific page, you just go over here to pages and just put a number in here. So let's say like we wanted to see the first page, which is page 0. Populates that, right? Card World, March, April 2023, low resolution PDF. we go back over here, right? Page 0. And you can change this as you want, right? So go back, if we put like pages, grab 11, and then put that over here. You can see what page 11 is. There's a lot of pages in this PDF, so I'm not going to go through that all, but you kind of understand how the basics work. So just to kind of like reiterate what we covered in this video, essentially go to Langchain Community Document Loaders for whatever document that you want to load up. I showed you guys how you could do most of these out here. There's also like JSON, a few other file formats I did not specifically cover, Markdown as well. So import that in. Make sure you pip install any packages that you need for that specific loader. Then throw in the file over here, or you could use their directory and just grab that. Just depends on your file format on that side of things. And each document loader is a little bit different, but for the PDF one, we can grab pages. Other ones, you can just grab everything at once. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. Well, congrats, you learned about document loaders. I'm going to be expanding on these in future videos as well as a project. So make sure to stay tuned for that by subscribing to the channel. It's 100% for free. And it also shows YouTube that people enjoy the videos that I am developing. Now, if you want to check out my full playlist of AI videos, I have them right over here.